Many couples make big promises when they get married. But people change, and time can really wear down a relationship. Even couples who used to be crazy about each other can end up going their separate ways. There are a lot of couples who just pretend to be happy in public, but at night they sleep in separate beds. This seems to be a common thing for middle-aged couples. They don't get divorced, but they don't share a bed anymore. They just keep going. When a man doesn't want to sleep with his wife, it's usually just one reason: their feelings have faded. Over time, your partner becomes a familiar stranger. That person you used to adore becomes like a faded memory. After 15 years of marriage, the relationship feels boring and routine. Sleeping in the same bed but not really connecting is a secret shared by many couples. These three 40-year-old men opened up about their struggles and gave us a glimpse into the different ways marriage can play out. I think what people call love at first sight is really just about looks. But let's be honest, what man doesn't like to look at a pretty woman? When I was younger, I was attracted to my wife's looks, so we started dating. We felt that spark for a while, but after 15 years of marriage, it's gone. My wife is the same age as me, and after having kids, she gained weight and couldn't get her old body back. I know she's put a lot into this family, and I'm grateful. I shouldn't be complaining. We get along well, and I try to be nice to her. Even when we argue, I try to be patient and understanding, but I don't love her anymore. I don't feel that spark. My wife and I are more like family now. I can't seem to get that fire back. I feel like I've been hiding this secret for a long time. When I'm in bed with her, I see her in her pajamas, not even matching, and her body just doesn't look the same anymore. I just sigh. So, I make excuses like working late or going out for drinks to avoid sleeping with her. I know it's wrong, but I can't help it. I don't feel that love anymore. I know I should be loyal, but I'm not sure I can keep this up forever. Maybe this is how we'll live the rest of our lives. People say that women lose their looks as they get older. They say that a woman in her 40s is like tofu scraps. Their bodies change as they age, and they spend most of their time taking care of the house and family. So, they don't look as glamorous anymore. Their youth fades, and men start to lose interest. They don't feel the same way anymore. When the feelings fade, men naturally don't want to be physically intimate with their wives. I have some strong opinions on this. I've been married for 14 years. My wife is a high school English teacher, and she's also a head teacher. She often stays late at school to help students with their homework. She usually stays at the school dorm. I travel a lot for work, too. Over time, I feel like our relationship isn't as strong as it used to be. When we were dating, we were crazy in love and wanted to be together forever. Now we're just an old married couple. Even when we haven't seen each other for a while, we don't have that honeymoon feeling anymore. Maybe we're both going through a midlife crisis. We've gotten used to this life. It's like, it's better to forget each other than to live together. We're not as close as we used to be. I think any man would feel the same way. We just don't feel like sleeping together anymore. Most couples go through a period where their feelings cool down. Time and distance are often the culprits. People in love should be together. After a long day at work, men want to come home and see their wife in the kitchen. But we don't live in a world where men farm and women weave anymore. Couples are independent individuals with their own careers. When their relationship gets neglected, their feelings fade. Over time, men lose interest in their wives and get used to a more solitary life. I got married young. I was 22. It feels like we've talked about everything in the last 18 years. We're already in that cold stage. There's no excitement anymore. When we get home from work, we sit at the table together, but we're both on our phones. We sleep in the same bed, but we're on opposite sides, still on our phones. We barely talk to each other anymore, let alone sleep together. I'm not even interested. Her body used to feel so familiar, but now it's like a stranger's. I don't even want to touch her. He chuckled with a hint of sadness. I think we're close to separating. I don't know if other men feel this way, but I'm not sleeping with my wife anymore. Couples who are struggling in their marriages often find themselves in this situation. They have no topics to talk about and no connection, and the warmth and passion in their relationship slowly fades. A life without passion is like stagnant water. It doesn't even ripple. Without communication and connection, there's no spark, no excitement. Your partner feels like an extension of yourself, so familiar that you don't even notice them. The man's heart, once full of desire, becomes quiet and uninterested. He loses the desire to be close, and the idea of sleeping with his wife is out of the question. Love brought men and women together. But when love fades, that invisible thread connecting them starts to fray and break. When men lose their primal urge and interest in their partners, it's a sign that their love is fading and their relationship is on the brink of collapse.